We are back. It's been a while. Listen, the last time I did the show was last year. We took a break for 2026, and we're back. Of course, we're back. It's April. It's April. It's my birthday month. Of course, we're back. Excited to be back on the broadcast with the Convo Christian Talk Show with moi, Dr.Nikki Zeigler. I'm so excited tonight. Listen, I've been in feelings. Shan snatched my makeup. She done did my hair. Shout out to Glorify Cosmetics. Glorify, get you some. I got the lipstick on. I got the makeup on. Listen, she got new lipstick, new lip gloss coming out in August. I think her birthday's in April. I think Shan's celebrating her birthday. And she actually going to be bringing some to the Her Code Experience. And if you have not heard about the Her Code Experience, you will. Stay tuned today. I'm so excited. I am Dr.Nikki Zeigler. I am the founder of the Herpreneur Network. It is an organization for Christian women in business and ministry. I am also the founder of the Coach with the Collar. If you have been stuck, if you need visibility, on somebody, if you're ready to get certified, come on, we can do all those things with the Coach with the Collar. And I'm so delighted to be here tonight to kick off this first season, it's our sixth season. We've been doing this for 6 years straight with the Convo Christian Talk Show. And guess what? I hadn't told people, hadn't really broadcasted a lot, but we just got our own show. You can watch this show tonight on Roku and Amazon Fire. 350 million households around the world. We're global, and I'm so excited about it. So take a moment, go ahead and like, tag, share. Come on, like, tag, and share. Come on, like, share, because it's wow. It's been a while since y'all seen me, right? Have y'all missed me? I know y'all missed this red-haired girl because y'all know, listen, when we go hard. And I'm so excited about what's happening on the show tonight. I'm excited about the Her Code Experience. I'm excited because I'm headed to Virginia. All month of May, I'm in Virginia, back and forth. I'm going to see, and you'll meet her tonight. Coach Alice Wood, she got her event going on in Virginia. Can't wait to see you there. I'm going to see Mama Patricia Goodman. She has her event going on as well. So we'll be advertising that for them. And then I'm going to Detroit, to see Dr. Tiffany Quinn. She having a women's brunch as well. So my schedule is crazy these days. I know we hadn't had a chance to catch up. Also, I'll be going and I'll be one of the speakers for Bloom Fest 2026 with my spiritual mom, Dr. Connie Stewart. I got books coming out. It's been a lot going on for me mentally, spiritually. It's just been a lot. And not even things, there's some good things going on. And so I'm so excited to talk about what's been going on. I've had so many of you inboxing me. Where is the show? Where is the show? It is. Sometimes you got to sit back. Sometimes you got to pivot. Sometimes you have to rest. Rest. And so I've been resting, but now I'm back. And I cannot wait for this season. I have so many different speakers coming on the podcast. This is the first episode of 2026. And I had to start it with a big bang because I got some amazing women that's going to be joining me on the broadcast. I can't wait for y'all to meet these women. I'm so excited to see what God's going to do in this space. I got my daggone Destiny Word, Christian Center banner. Takima, can you take that off of me, please, ma'am? I got the Destiny Word Christian Center banner going. It's just riding out. It's just going. Can you take that off at the ticker? This is not Destiny Word. This is the Convo Christian Talk Show. I guess my husband wants to advertise, okay, on behalf of Bishop Jeremiah Zeigler. Thank you, Takima. All right, we're here now. Let's get into it. Let me go right back. Let's do another intro one more time. We're going to go ahead and bring in our guests. I'm excited about tonight. I'm intentional about tonight. We got some real conversation that's going to happen. We got a lot of amazing women coming in. So go ahead, Takima. Let's get this intro started one more time. Let's go. Is she here? I'm calling Takima name, and Takima is busy. So we're gonna bring it our own self. Let's go. let's bring these beautiful queens to the stage. Let's get them in here. Hey, Michelle and Coach Alice, Dr. Joe. Let me move this thing so I can see my best friends. There she go. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I see Dr. House, but I don't see her, so I guess she's gonna come in eventually. I don't see her face, so I guess she'll come in eventually. But we're so excited tonight to have you guys here. Are y'all smiling? Everybody got their head down on their phones. We're in the interview. Let's go. We're here. Listen, we don't have much time. We are here. There she go. All right, let's get into it. Listen, everybody is they sit in their seat. They so professional. Clock it. Everybody looks so beautiful. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
We are good.
Yeah, let's do some introductions. I see Rosalie. Rosalie, man. Okay, there she go. All right, she's in her car. Okay. On the Convo Christian Talk Show. Let's get into it. All right, so let's announce ourselves. I'm gonna start with Coach Alice. Tell me where you're from, and tell me who you are and the name of your chapter.
Hey, Dr. Nikki. I am so good to be here. I'm Coach Alice Woods, and I'm from Stanton, Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley, little town in the Shenandoah Valley. The name of my chapter is Healing the Little Girl That Just Wanted to Belong.
All right, that's her chapter. Let me go ahead and bring everybody up to speed. These are the authors of this new book that's coming out April the 28th. It's called The Dear Little Girl and Me Anthology. And it's about 15 of us decided to come together and tell our story on how we overcame that dear little girl. And so I'm going to be interviewing them tonight. And next week, we'll have the other half of the women coming in to talk about the dear little girl in me. And so I'm going to jump in and ask Michelle Martin Bonner about who she is, and we'll take it from there. I yield to you, Michelle.
Hey, Dr. Nikki. I am Dr. Michelle Martin Bonner. I am an executive coach who helps executive leaders find clarity and become not overwhelmed in what they do. And my chapter is What They Laughed At God Was Building. And I am from St. Louis, Missouri, in the Metro East area.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm going to jump down to Dr. Josephine Harris. Rosalie, we can barely see you at all. I can't see no face features, no anything. I'm going to jump over to Dr. Josephine Harris.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Josephine Harris. You may call me Dr. Joe. I am your mental health expert. The name of my chapter is They Gave My Place Away, but I Took My Power Back. And I'm from Spanaway, Washington.
Washington. Thank you for coming in. And then we have the lovely, oily, not ashy, Dr.Angela House. Tell us where you're from, the name of your book. Let's go.
Good evening, Dr. Nikki. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. My name is Dr.Angela House. I help Christian entrepreneurs who struggle with finding their unique voice in the marketplace. I'm a business coach, so I help you find clarity and help you confidently build your business. I am from Hampton, Georgia, which is just south of ATL. So I call myself Miss ATL. And the name of my chapter is The Whisper Became a Roar.
What was that? The whisper. What was that again?
The whisper became a roar, a voice, a roar.
The whisper became a roar. Oh, wow. And then now we have Mrs. Rosalie Davis. Tell us what you're from and the name of your chapter.
Hello, everyone. I am from Rayford, Red Springs, North Carolina. The name of my chapter is I Didn't Know, But God Did. And yes, I'm in the car. I apologize. I am a home health. I do private care, home health. So I'm just leaving from a job, going to another one. So I apologize. Work call, y'all. And I am.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. We're grateful to have you guys on the show tonight. Let's go. For those watching, let me know that you are on. Take a moment to like, tag, and share. Take a moment to like, tag, and share. Let us know that on you're watching, grow the space. We're grateful for those who are a part of the show. If you got StreamYard, you already have a StreamYard account, you're able to click the button at the top and join, and this can actually show on your own broadcast. If you already have a StreamYard account, at the top it says create and join in. You're able to join on your own broadcast, and we would love for you guys to share this live out to those who are watching on their own platform. Before, what made you? I'm gonna jump around. Dr. Joe, what made you say yes to this anthology? I know you've done so many anthologies. You are at Amazon a million times bestseller. What was so different about this particular project?
Well, that's really, really a good question. What's so different about this particular book, this particular anthology, was that it really spurred my interest of me dealing with rejection, me dealing with when I was coming up as a little girl, and I'm a family of 7 from my mom's side and a family of 5 from my dad's side. So I'm a middle child on my mom's side, but a baby on my dad's side. And what it is, my mom had I'm the middle child with a different daddy from the rest of my brother and sister. So what really sparked me into dealing with the little girl in me is when my family, my mom, my dad started giving my things away and asking me to give my things away because they knew that I was called the strong one. So that really spurred my interest of dealing the little girl in me, because I dealt with that, and it been hidden for so many years, and I pushed it back for so many years with the dear little girl. So that really sparked my interest. And plus, I love you.
Oh, I love you too, my sugar wooger. Thank you for supporting. That's my bestie, y'all. Happy to have her on this project. Definitely want to jump up to Michelle. Michelle, what was your yes? Why this project? I know you get pulled on a lot, but what made you choose to say yes to this particular project?
Actually, I wasn't going to do this project, but then there was something about it. There was something about the little girl, and it made me really think. And then I had to pray, and then I was like, there are some things from my childhood that I need to address. And the only way that we can either, get over things or be delivered from something is if we address it. And we, before, we was in the weapon room and we talked about the spirit of offense, right? And I went and I journal. So I journal and I went all the way back to when I was a little girl, to things that happened in my childhood that I was offended by or in some way impacted me. And I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this because I need to be very clear and very sure, not only in my ministry, but in my business, that I've been delivered from this. And so that was why I said yes to this particular project.
And we're delighted to have you. I see a very special lady that came into the space. The best podcaster on this side of the earth. The only number one. Listen, Dr. Sandy Sanders is in the building. Hey, Dr. Sandy Sanders. Tell the people who you
Dr.
are.
Nikki. Go ahead.
Tell the people who you are, where you're from, and the name of your chapter.
Oh, wow. I am Dr. Sandy Sanders. I am the host and creator of Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. Yes, what can I say? This book is amazing. I said yes, first of all, because Dr. Nikki, but, I thought I was finished writing in anthologies. I really, really did. I said, I need to focus on marketing and doing my other books. But there was something that happened as we meet each and every morning on Clubhouse, and we began to do this journey of the dear little girl in me. And there was this piece that I really, really was dealing with, and said, God, I need to really share my story. How do I share it? So that was it, is to share my story.
And the timing, I think, is very fitting, and we'll get more into that, I'm sure. I'll turn 65 this year, and I realized, yeah. So thank you, Dr. Nikki, for allowing me to share, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else. Hey, y'all.
Okay, let's jump down to Mama. I call her Mama Alice. Her name is Coach Alice. I got to stop saying these mamas. I'm not in Clubhouse. Coach Alice Woods. Y'all know, listen, I respect these mamas now. These Golden Girls ain't no joke. Come on, Coach Alice. Yes.
What made me say yes? By being in the Herpreneur Network and continually listen to our monthly healing, I'm going to call it healing sessions, where we are challenged, we are stretched to look inside of ourselves. So I knew it was a book in me. This is just beginning. So this is a small chapter. This is one of the chapters that would be in my bigger book. But the thing about it is to be healed. And Dr. Nikki made a shirt, Heal Women, Heal Nations, and Heal Women, Heal Women. And that stuck with me, because we have to be healed in order to help somebody else be healed. And I can't be a coach if I'm not healed myself. So one of the things that made me say yes is, it's actually three things. It's rejection, it's abandonment, and with shame. So I had to heal from all three of those. And one more, identity. So as we was talking about identity, I had to remind myself, or look, God had to remind me that my past don't define who I am. And in order to move forward, I had to let some things go. I had to make sure that I was healed from rejection. I had to make sure I'm healed from abandonment. And I had to make sure that I'm healed from shame. So those are the things that I'm walking through, and to know where my identity lies, to make sure that my identity lies in the one that created me. So that was my yes. My yes was just trying to heal, getting healed, and continue to walking on this journey of healing so that I can be whole and help somebody else.
Amen. Thank you so much for speaking and telling us what was your why. Why did you say yes to this? The choice it's a choice. It's a choice that we make to show up for ourselves, and to show up not only for ourselves, but I think show up for other people, show up for our legacy, show up for other broken women, show up for people who just needed to hear or read a story that can make them realize that if God can do it for them and get them out of that bondage that they're in, I know he can do it for me. And so I want to yield to beautiful Rosalie as she drives down the road, coast the Carolinas. What was your why? What was your yes for saying yes to this anthology?
Good evening again, Dr. Nikki. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be on your show. My reason for my yes, because like I said, I'm a part of the best network in the world, and I know the person that I'm following, Dr. Nikki Zeigler. She does not deal with mess or anything of that nature. So, and then I already know the little girl in me, we dealt with getting the baby out of the corner, different things that we have talked about in the network. And I know it's still a lot more story in me. And I trust and I know that your books always number one bestseller, because this is the second anthology that I have done with you. So, and I just know my yes to this book, look, is more collaboration for me, more ability to get out here to shine, and to now you're making me get out here and be ready to write my own book. So I thank you and I thank God for, because I prayed about it as well. And I was like, God, I don't want to do this. And then, I waited. Like you said, we need to wait on God to make sure God tells us we want to do. So and so it's like answer and gave me my yes. So I'm here because I believe in you, Dr. Nikki, and I believe in the God in you. And
Wow, she put me up there. Listen, I believe in the God and the God. And I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to have Rosalie. And I know, God often say this ain't the season to muscle. And I think this particular, I don't know if that's me making a noise, but I think this particular book has really allowed us to come out of the shell or to be unmuzzled. And I'm grateful for the unmuzzled that God has truly given us. Amen. I'm gonna ask all of the speakers to mute their mics. I hear a clacking, and I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm also gonna ask Dr. What made her say yes to this particular anthology? What was the yes?
Well, as you know, I was I was the 11th hour coming in to do this, because I had kept saying I've done several anthologies with you that have been phenomenal, and I wasn't planning on actually writing a chapter for the book. I do know the essence of why the Dear Little Girl in Me came out with the cookie story. But one of the things that really made me think about this was a question that I got from someone that said to me, I never thought that you would have become the person that you are. And I started smiling and I laughed and I was like, it's all God. So I thought about it and I prayed on it. So what made me, excuse me, what made me actually decide to write the chapter was because there are so many people that are hesitant about doing the things that God told them to do. There are so many people that muzzle something that they know they're supposed to be doing, and they stand in the shadows and they never do it and they regret it. Me, I don't have much of a filter. Everybody knows that. I've never had a filter. But what God showed me was that what I was calling not having a filter was him pushing me into my destiny. My chapter is called The Whisper Turned into a Voice. It's a roar. All my life, AB student, school, one bad grade, conduct. No, I wasn't fighting, I didn't talk back, none of that. But my teacher would say, she never stops talking. When I grew up in school, the teachers came to your house just randomly. And I would look up and I could see, from the first grade all the way up until like the 5th grade, I would see the teacher come in and talking about, man, I'm getting ready to get on punishment because I noticed what she's going to say. And everybody would say, you can't talk so much. You can't talk so much. But in the same token, the same people that said you can't talk so much said you need to sing into the choir. You need to be the lead in the Christian plays at church. Take one of the front runners. Always pick to take a front runner spot in the operettas and things that we had at school. So it wasn't that I shouldn't talk. It was only talk when somebody wanted you to talk. And through some other successions in life, I learned that nobody's going to speak up for you. So it was the being stifled. It was being in a place where there was some shame that came into my life. It was abandonment, and it was all rolled into one. But what it did was it fortified me to say, you still got to push through. And I just felt it was a story that will affect and help other young folks, particularly that feel like I got to be in this place and I can't do any better. And it's not true.
That's incredible. That's great. You know, to get a chance. I came in late on the best podcast in the world. Coffee and Conversation with Dr. Sandy Sanders. I didn't get a chance to hear your why, but I think that's incredible. I think, we have, and it's pretty much living a legacy. You're leaving a earth for someone else to pick up, so they're able to go to the next level. Amen. They're able to go to the next level. I think it's important to show up like never before. I think this season that God got us in, Michelle, we have to open up our mouth and be heard.
Yep.
I'm like you. I think, my poke, I had great come up. I talked a lot, and now I get paid to talk. You get paid to talk.
Exactly.
Michelle, how many got in trouble? Those who are in the chat, those who are on this live, how many got in trouble talking too much? Can we just go and tell the truth?
Every day.
Now
every day.
They always tell my mom, she's a sweet girl. She just talked to me. I never thought in a million years that, and I would make C's and conduct. In fact, back then, if you made C's and conduct, that would stop you from making it honor. Conduct counted as a grade. And so it been times where I could have had AB honor roll, but I ran my mouth. They called me older mouth. I ran my mouth so much that, and now just to know that I seen a teacher, Michelle, one of my kindergarten teachers, and she said, Sameka, you just talk so much. And I'm just like, I don't know why. I'm just curious, and I have a lot to say. But then too, it dealt with the abandonment issues. Come on, it is not being heard, not being seen, not being noticed. Being picked on and talked about. So when you got around people who wanted to hear what you had to say, you just ran until you couldn't run no more. And so I thank God, now I'm running for Jesus and I'm not tired yet. Amen. Amen. And so I'm excited. Let's talk about the book. The book comes out April 28th, and it's going to be coming out in New York City. I think everybody here, Mama Ella's not going, but most of everybody here is going with me to New York to launch this book. And not only have we launched that book, but the deliverance service is coming out of it. In fact, this weekend we'll be in Montgomery, Alabama, going through deliverance service because so many of us have toiled with that abandonment, neglect, rebellious spirit, or just feeling like so low as a woman, where we have been hiding behind layers and layers, and now it's time for us to come out. And so I'm excited for the ones who are coming to New York City. I'm excited about the ones that's coming to Montgomery. We'll get a chance to hang out together and really just do what God has called us to do. So enough about me talking. Let's get into it. So Michelle, let's talk a little bit more about your story. Let's tell us more about what we can expect in your story. And I think for me, this anthology was different this time because you've done a couple with me. I wanted you guys to ask questions to your audience and get them to engage. What were some of the questions that you asked your audience? What were some of the scriptures that you based your story on? Because y'all know about the network. We always put a scripture with everything that we do. So let's talk about the scripture. Let's talk about the questions.
So first, let me go back, Dr. Nikki, and just say thank you. Let me start there. For one, just being who you are, provoking me to do things that I should be doing, that I knew I should be doing, but had not started doing. So let me just start there. Okay. And then, my story, the questions and things that I asked really, kind of centered around my scripture for my business. If it's to lead, it's to lead. If it's to preach, it's to preach, and that's Romans. And I was just like, what have you been doing? And what is it from your childhood? And when you were talking, you made me think about it. I talked enough, and I wasn't loud in my talking, but I talked based on what happened to me as a child, to advocate for other people, to stick up for other people, because I was the one who took on the bullies. I don't do bullies. I might be quiet, but if somebody's picking on somebody and somebody's doing something that's not right, I would take them on. I'd be like, I dare you. You want to fight? Come on. I might be quiet, but you know what? I'm going to drop this backpack and let's bring it. And the chapter really is about me discovering who I am. And it really is about building my confidence. And what they laughed at, God was building. And it was about when I was a little girl, I hid money under my mattress. And I always had money. I hid it because my mother was a single mother. She raised twins. Sometimes she would work 1-2 jobs. And for me, always having money was important, because that meant that if something happened, that I would not be without, or if somebody else needed something, that I would have it. And so as a little girl, to have them, we were moving, and I'm going to not go too much in it, but to discover that there was dollar bills underneath the mattress, and then for them to like laugh at me and chuckle like, oh, she got money hidden under the mattress. But it was like, you know what? God is teaching me God is teaching me to be a steward. God was teaching me to take care of, to make sure that I was being responsible and accountable. And to this very day, I still am. And I can say right now, even with my twin, to this very day, I'm always the one. I'm always the one that everybody's looking to, everybody's coming to. But now I don't have an attitude about it anymore because I noticed what God was doing in me. And he said, I'm going to bless you. And so, you know what? You do what it is that I've called you to do. And you don't let somebody laugh at you or talk about you change who you are, because I'm developing you. I'm growing you. I'm preparing you. So for me, that was it for me. I was like, oh, okay, God, thank you. Thank you for developing me. Thank you for giving me that voice. Thank you for helping me not shrink and not be who you created me to be just because somebody laughed at me. You know, sometimes people think that sometimes some things, and some people have some really serious things and traumatic things, but that's why we have to be careful what we say and how we treat our children, because you never know how it's going to impact them. You know, it doesn't have to be something horrendous. It could be something small that will impact how they view themselves, how they view others, and how they view the world. And so that's why this was really important for me. So I thank you. I thank you for provoking me to go ahead. And then I prayed about it and I wrote about it and then gave it to God. And I was like, okay, God, now I know. Now I know. So thank you, Dr. Nikki.
And I'll say this, I'm trying to make sure I get in here. A lot of times, we be knowing that we're supposed to write these books. God showed us this 20 years ago. To be honest, some of us knew. I got prophesied when I was 19. You're gonna have a lot of books. I'm looking at her like, I don't need to stand no books. How? Who's gonna listen to me? Who's gonna read what I'm doing? Who's gonna put out rams in the bush? And we didn't even know it. We just have to learn how to step out of the norm and continue to help God disrupt some things. Just disrupt some people.
Yes. I had some young ladies a couple of weeks ago, and they say, I don't know, they was on my profile or looking at something, and they was like, you see all that stuff you're doing? We need to be doing that. And I was like, okay. And because, when you're doing it, you don't really think about it in that way. But hopefully it's encouraging some other people, especially some younger women, to do the things that if God has placed it on their heart, for them to do it. And so that I love it. So I love you for that, because it's like, I wish somebody would say something to me now. I'd be like, sure, I know I'm gonna be a 3-time #1 best-selling author with Dr. Nikki Zeigler. Okay.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what I love. I love meeting seasoned women and seeing how they just, okay, well, this is my life, this is what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden you see them a year later or 2 years later, like, I thought you weren't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing it. That warms my heart to see who already said, okay, I'm done. I'm not going out of town. I've lived my life. No, live it to the full and to the overflow. So for me, you say young people, for me, it's older people for me. I love seeing my older women, my seasoned women who have already counted out what they said they weren't going to do. Now they're doing the very thing they said it was not going to do. That brings joy to my heart. I mean, like, that makes me happy because, in my head, age ain't no numbers. That's just how I look at it. I don't look at it where you 80 years old or you 70 years old or you 60 years old or you 50, 40. We still got time. As long as you're breathing, you still got time to make an impact for who God has called you to be and who you're becoming. Because we're forever evolving. I don't care if you're 110 years old, you're still every day we evolving. So we have to stop.
I want my ladder to be greater. I want my ladder to be greater.
That part right there, Michelle. Come on in, ladies. Dr. Joe, what's your feedback? Rosalie, come on, y'all. Let's have a good conversation tonight. Let's get into it. What's your feedback, Mama Alice? What's your feedback from the conversation?
As I I'm always listening. So when you talking about talking, a whole lot is that when I was a child, I did that to fit in. You know how you be the goofy one, or how you start saying stuff to make jokes or try to make jokes, or just started doing things just to fit in and started talking. But I remember in classes when I was in class and I was a little bit advanced in the normal class, but then under advanced for the higher class. So that put me right in the middle. So when I was in class, I used to talk because I used to finish my work early. So I was bored, right? And I used to mess with people. So I used to get in trouble for that. So I was sitting here laughing about that part and get in trouble about messing with the other kids because I was done. But when they went and shifted me to a higher class, then that's when the real stretching became that and that's what I feel now. You know, I feel like I'm in a higher class now, right? And that I'm being stretched. I'm being a little uncomfortable. But for me today, it's a good thing because it is growing. You know, before I didn't know it was growing then, but I know it's growing now, and I can see the growth that from where I was to where I am now. But part of my story, part of my book is, you know, dealing with rejection, because rejection is a hard thing to deal with when you see, when it makes you feel that you're unwanted, that you're not part of anything. You know, I was the youngest of six, and the closest to me was 7 years was my brother, right? And he was a boy, but I didn't have anybody to play with. I ain't have nobody to talk to and hang out with. So I had to go find my own peoples. And in doing that, you know, it was hard for me because, you know, you get picked on when you don't look like everybody else. And to me, I didn't think there was a problem until they started saying that it was a problem to them. You know, feeling rejected, feeling unwanted, feeling unloved. I mean, just because you don't look like everybody else. But I thank God today that He set me free from that, because in my brokenness, God was there. I can look back now, and that's why, you know, I said yes, because I want to look back. You know, I want to see where God has brought this little girl from, you know, from the streets of New York City, hanging out with older kids. And I laugh at Dr. Nikki because she says it's older people for her. It's the older people for me too, even though I'm up there, but it's the older people for me too. I've always gravitated to older women, you know, because it's just so inspiring to see them, how far they've come, you know, and how much they know. You know, I just like sitting at their feet and learning. But in doing that, it when I was a child, that kind of hurt because the bigger kids were doing things that, you know, I shouldn't have been doing. But then I got into that, right? Trying to fit in with the crowd because the kids my age were, you know, immature at the time, and I felt hurt behind them. But then the bigger kids took advantage. So I was still in that middle spot, right? Feeling rejected here, but also being used over here, and, you know, being abandoned. So the abandonment issues come from when I lost my mom. You know, I lost my mom. Yeah, I lost my mom at age 23. So, you know, for us, we sometimes, me growing up where I did, I was not out the house yet. I was still in the house. So that really hurt me when my mom, because I felt I didn't have anybody else. You know, she helped me with my oldest daughter, which I gave birth at 16. So she really helped me a whole lot, you know. But when she was gone, it was like, what do I do now? You know, relationships failing, you know, it still feel like use. But, you know, praise be to God. I I can rejoice today, and I think that's what I get out of it, because I see where God has brought us from, brought me from, you know, and see how He's healed us in the places that we were broken, and where we was rejected, where we was abandoned, you know. And then the shame because we did things that we shouldn't have done. You know, I went through, you know, substance use, and that was to cover up a lot of things that I went through. And even that the things that I did to myself, So in looking, I praise be to God, I share my story, and today I'm not shameful of it. I don't mind telling somebody where I've been. I don't mind telling somebody, yeah, I had a substance use problem, for a while, and I could have lost everything, but praise be to God, I didn't. I didn't lose. He gave me life, and he gave me life because that's where he found me. That's where he found this little girl. He found me in my darkest place, in that place that I help those now, right? That is going through the same thing. So that's why I know that, on our journey, we said sometimes life had to happen. Well, it had to happen for me to help somebody else and to get healed from somebody else. So that's why I knew this chapter was for me. And I know that somebody reading my chapter is going to relate to the things that's in there. And they're going to say, hey, that was me. But look at her now. Look, she went back and she can talk to that little girl, right? And she could tell that little girl that God sees you, and I see you, and you was not unworthy. You was loved by a God that loves us. But at the time I didn't know that. But today I know that. And that is the most fulfilling thing that I can get out of writing this chapter, is to know that, I'm loved by God. That's unconditional love, that no matter what you go through, he's there for you. And his grace, that's why I'm a founder of Grace to Rise Coaching, because his grace is sufficient, and it helps you rise from where you was to where you are now. And I know I took up a little bit more time, but I just like to share because, sometimes I like to talk because, when you say unmuzzle your mouth, look, I'm going to go ahead and muzzle for a little bit.
Nothing wrong with it. I feel like, as long as we unmuzzle it and it's impactful, and I love you said something, and I never thought about it. We write books for fulfillment, writing books, being published. I've been a publisher for 25 years. Being a publisher, for me, it's a fulfillment to help other women like you guys able to tell your story and to step out of the uncommon place that you normally are in, right? And so for me, I get fulfilled by your fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? By seeing you smile and say, I got my book. I wrote my chapter, and when Amazon bestseller, we're gonna put that #1. Y'all know we're gonna put that #1 up in the air. We're gonna hit #1 while we driving to New York. By the time we see Michelle, we're gonna say, girl, we already #1. We already #1. We already #1. You okay?
Yes,
So we got to speak into existence. But I don't want to ask the question. I did ask the writers to, what scriptures are you backing it up with? What is the scriptures? What questions that you have for the readers? Also, what is the story? What is the prayer or the little girl message that you want to get back to the other little girl? I want to ask Dr. Joe that question. Dr. Joe, what was that? What was the scriptures? What questions did you have that you ask your readers?
Wow, those are good questions. But I also want to thank you for letting me really be on your platform. I really appreciate it. My scripture really comes from Psalms 139, 13 through 14. And it is really based on, I'm formed inward parts and the knitted me together in my mother womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. And the focus of my chapter was reclaiming my identity after emotional displacement. It's understanding that even if I've been placed, my place was given away, my purpose, my value, and divine design were never up for negotiation. So really my chapter is centered around healing the inner child in me, breaking the lies of rejection and abandonment, and stepping boldly into the truth, because I felt that I was overlooked in my family. And I know now that I was never overlooked, because God was always had me, and he had me going through certain things just to prepare me for this book, for this journey. So that's my story, because I remember when I was growing up and my dad used to come get me. Instead of he coming and getting me as his daughter, he got my sister. And I'm like, that's my dad. That's not her dad. Why he getting her? Why I have to share my dad with her? Like, I was one of the ones like, that's my dad. Mom, why you telling me that she have to go with me to share my dad? And not knowing that my sister dad had passed away when she was small. But since me and my sister was close in age, she was older than me, we was close in age, my mom used to always tell her to go with me. I'm like, why? That's my dad. Talking about, and I didn't notice that my mom was telling me that her dad is no longer here. But as a child, I didn't want to hear that. She took my dad. I did not want to hear that. So that's really about my story. And my question is what I'm asking my readers to understand, the women who reading this, anybody who reading this, is what part of your story have you been afraid to face or to speak about? Because that was me. I hold a lot, and that's why I come in when I love hard and I trust. And it takes me a while to really let that fence down because a lot of things was taken from me. It's like, that's mine. Why are you taking it to give it to her? Like, I had to really overcame that. And I was one of the tough ones of the family. Like, the strong ones is like, everybody come to me, but they taking my stuff away. Like, I had to take them this way. It's like I had to buy a car just to take them around. So it was like my stuff given away. And that's what I want people to understand. I want them to understand. I want them to answer the question, what ways have you tied your worth to being chosen or accepted by others? And that hit deep for me. I had to really, really come into myself with that question. And the last question was, what would it look like for you to choose yourself in this season? And I had to recognize that. I had to choose myself when I was going through that. When she's taking my dad away. She's taking all this away. And then that's how I became the story when I said that they took my place. They took my place. And I took my power back. And that's where the title come from. Because with me, I write backwards. I have to write the story, marinate the story, process the story, and then come up with the title. And that's me. That's how I came involved with all this.
Wow. How's the same question?
Well, for me, the story evolved about me it was a lot. It was abandonment. It was mistakes that were made. It was choices that people wanted to make for me. But I am kind of strong-headed and stubborn, to say the least. And if you tell me I can't, I'm going to show you that I can. That kind of became an unspoken mantra, and I really didn't even realize it at the time. But I just kind of fought my way into wherever it was that I needed to be. But I grew up in a really small rural town in North Carolina. And in the town that I came from, my aunt that raised me, that I call Mama, was a Free Will Baptist. Her husband, who I call Daddy, was a Presbyterian. Baptists went to church on the first and third Sunday. Presbyterians went to church on the second and fourth Sunday. Angie went to church every Sunday. So I had that grounding, and I had it from two ways. I had it from the Baptists, where they're going to let loose and they were going to have revivals and they were going to shout and they were going to praise God. And then I went to the Holier Than Thou Presbyterian Church, where we sang hymns on Sundays. So Angie knew every hymn in the book, but she knew every Christian song that was, at the top of the chart at the time. So I always had that background and I never let it go. So when you talk about the scriptures, the first one that came to mind was Proverbs 22:6. Train up in the child in the way that he should go, and he shall not depart from it. So I don't care how off the beaten path that I went, I knew that God had me. I lived in New York. I found myself in some situations that nobody would want to be in. I mean, we were hanging out, we were partying, we were clubbing. We left the club, me and my sister, we left the club. We came in the house and the phone was ringing. And it was my cousin saying, Are you guys all right? Somebody had robbed the club that we had just left. Everybody was dead. We missed it probably about 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
I worked in the World Trade Center. I came to visit my boys just for vacation. I was supposed to go home on that Friday. I looked at my son on Wednesday night and said, I want to go to Disney World. And he just looked at me and he said, this is Georgia. Disney World is not down the street. I changed my flight. I did all of this and I missed 9/11 because I may not be sitting here had I made it to work that day. So I know at that point, and it took all of that. 9/11 was really the turning point for me, that God had work for me to do. I just didn't know what it was and how I was supposed to do it. But the one thing that I do know is that my mouth has gotten me out of things. It's gotten me into things, but it always leads the way. Because again, if you tell me I can, I'm going to show you that I can. And when it came to jobs and doing things, I got pregnant when I was 18 in the senior year, small town. You're going to have to quit school. And I was like, why? Nobody could give me an answer. So there were several other people that were pregnant, but they had their shotgun weddings and they got married. I did not want to get married. I didn't want to live that life that I saw other people living. So I went to the school board myself. And we had this whole conversation. And they said, as long as the doctor says that you're healthy, you can go. I missed graduation, not because I quit school. I missed graduation because when I should have been walking across the stage, I was giving birth. And I just pushed forward from there. It's that if you show me that, tell me that I can, I'm going to show you that I can. I got jobs in places that I never should have gotten jobs. I went for a receptionist job, ended up being the office manager, just talking my way through. And when it comes to the Bible verses, Proverbs 22:6, but also I learned that my voice is supposed to be for other people. So Colossians 4:6 says, let your speech always be with grace. Proverbs 31:26 says, she opens her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the law of kindness. And I try my best. I'm good at it now. There was a time when I struggled, but I'm good at trying to sit back and think things through and speak of it from a point of wisdom. And if I was going to ask questions to anyone, it would be, how do you reclaim your voice? Or what is it you want to do to reclaim your voice? And how do you want it to impact others? And if you stand back and look at your life, how has being silenced helped you find your voice? There's a story. The voice came from silence. It became a journey. It became loud. It went from a whisper to a voice, from a voice to a roar. And then I would ask, how do you reflect on the pain that you went through? And what did you learn? And how can you take what you learned and help someone else? And for me, it's always been a business background. Now I'm doing out as a business coach. I'm a certified public speaker. I do corporate speaking. But now God has brought me full circle. It's being a foundational coach to help people understand the gifts and the talents, those things that are silenced, whether it's your voice, whether it's the way you walk, whether it's what you say, whether you're trying to do your business. Is it based on the talents and the gifts that God has given you? I had a young girl tell me, I want you to help me start a business. I said, what do you want to do? She said, sell wide with shoes. Right up my hand. I got wide feet. I asked her why. She said, because my girlfriend in California is making a lot of money. And I told her, I can't be your coach. Because money is never supposed to be the basis for your business. You have to use gifts and talents to understand what it is God wants you to do. Because if Dr. Joe is selling shoes and she's making a lot of money, and I decide I'm going to do what Dr. Joe does, the first time that I hit that roadblock, then I hit that second pothole, I'm going to give up because that's not for me. So my prayer for everyone is when they read this book, take time and do introspection and see what it is that God has for you. Because what God has for you, no man can take away. Nobody can change it. Nobody can change who you are. But you have to be comfortable with not only who you are, but whose you are, and let him use you.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I want to hear from Rosalie. Rosalie, what questions did you have for the readers? And what was that letter that you give back to that dear little girl? What was that?
Uh, oh, wow. Some of my scriptures came from like Jeremiah 1 and 5, and my letter was to the readers. I also came from a huge family. I'm the ninth child of 14. I am an outsider, and being the outsider child and being treated that way and everything. So, and I always been told what I couldn't do and what I wouldn't do, only because that my mother only had a third grade education. My dad dropped out. I didn't know much about my biological father and everything. So just being around folks always telling me, I'm like Dr. House, if you tell me what I can't do, I'll show you what I can do. And so just to my letter to myself was, that God said I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. So, and then, he also said that we was created in his image. So if I can do all things through Christ, so the things where they tell me what I couldn't do and what I couldn't be, God said I'm chosen, I'm his. So therefore, anytime somebody tell me something I couldn't do because of where I came from, I too had a child, my first child at 18, my high school year, and I did drop out of high school. But I noticed my mother had 8 boys, and I was her first out of the 6 girls that she had. And out of her 8 boys, only one of the 8 boys graduated high school. And I was the next in line to come behind him, and I get pregnant. And so I dropped out of high school. But then I said no, because then I'm going to give my family, I'm going to give the devil all the things that they said I wouldn't be. They said that I will be a mom, well, a household full of kids with no education, none of that. So I went back to school a year later after I had my child. Yes, I graduated a year after my class, but I went back because God said, there's nothing I can't do. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So I encouraged myself to go back to school. And when my brother, the first child out of the 12 that graduated high school, my mom and, people came. We lived in a little town called Lakeview, South Carolina. And everybody came from North Carolina, the family, friends all over came and celebrated him. So, when I went back and I was like, the two brothers, the 2 boys in between him and myself, they had dropped out. So when I was like, okay, I went back. So now I'm going to have this support. I'm going to have them coming for me. Well, graduation comes for me. I had no one there. And still that little girl, feeling bad, like everybody came from all over to visit him. And then at that time when I graduated, we done moved back to North Carolina where all my family is. So no excuse why you couldn't show up. So no one showed up. That didn't stop me because I still, went on with having my son. I said, this is not going to stop me because I looked at my family, I looked at where I came from. And I always say, I'm not my mother's story. I'm not my family's story. And when my sisters and brothers look to me and say, well, sometimes I act better, I act different. And I tell them I am different because God created me different, and he said, Jeremiah 29:11, he knew my plans. And my title is I didn't know. And the things I didn't know, I could, but God did know. I didn't know that I would have to be laughed at. I didn't know that I was going to get pregnant. I didn't know that my family wasn't going to support me. I didn't know that everybody was going to turn their backs on me. I didn't know that I had to go through a bad marriage to get where I'm at today. I didn't know that, that my children also will turn their back on me, and all the people that said they love me. I didn't know all that, but God did. He knew all this. So today I am here because God said, I'm fiercely and wonderfully made by him. I am created in his image. So every time someone says, Rosalie, you can't do something, I show them what I can do. And because I came from a mother and a father with no education, it didn't stop me. I went on, graduated high school, went back, got my diploma, went after then. I went, got my cosmetology. I'm also a licensed cosmetology. Then I went back and I went and got my CNAs or certified nursing assistant. Then I went back and I got my CDLs. So, I mean, every time they tell me what I can't do, and they was like, oh, she's like doing this and doing that. And the ex, all the things that he done to try to make me fall with everybody turning against me, and I was like, God, I went to church. I worked in the church. I was usher on the pastor aid committee and different things I done. I took my kids to church. I raised them up. Why has all this got to happen to me? Why me? And just saying, why not? You know, because to this day, out of my mother's 12 living children, I'm still going, and I don't let nothing stop me. And it's kind of making me feel good because now I got a few of them in my corner, and ever since they saw that I post this book, I have a few already been trying to order the book, and I was like, hold on, it's coming. April 28th, it's coming. You'll get to buy this book. And in here, so the letter to myself and the letter to any male, female that reads this book, your story is not the way you was raised up. Your story is not your parents' story. God gave all of us our own story. So you go out there and get what God has for you, and don't let nobody tell you what you can't do, because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And so that's where I always, keep patting myself, keep going. And I see ladies that's older than me that went on to school and still in school. And my thing was, oh, I didn't read good and this and that. I beat myself up about that a lot. But to this day, I don't even let that bother me anymore. I may stutter a little bit when I read. I might be ashamed sometimes when I read, but it's not going to stop me. I'm going to continue to do it until I get better. So God make me who I am and who he said I'm going to be. So I can go on and on, but I didn't know that I had to go through all this. I didn't know that I was going to be introduced to the Herpreneur Network and meet these group of women coming from a huge family. You thought that I would have that love, but I didn't have that love and support. But I got that love and support now. And like I said, I didn't know, but God did. And I yield.
I love it. Come on, those who watch. I see we have so many different people in here who's watching us. Go ahead and begin to say what city and state you're watching from. Let us know that you are on. I see some familiar they're on our YouTube channel watching us from YouTube. So we're grateful for. I see Mama Leah's in here. I see Pastor Cynthia Pfeiffer. She's one of the authors of the book. She'll be with me next week. She's here. Coach Anna will be with me next week. She's in here. One of my good girlfriends, LaWanda Viola Williams, she's in here. Good to see y'all in here. Just so many amazing women supporting. D Edwards is watching. It's just different ones. It's just paying attention and getting into what we are doing in the season that God has given us. Also, I see Mama Cheryl. She's in here watching from Griffin, Indianapolis. Mama Leah is from Stanton, Virginia. Let's give it up for her. We also have, that's Miss Shioka. That's Lauren, Chloe's best friend. Mom is watching from Wetumpka. We're excited to have her in the space. Just happy to have the support from powerful women who's doing what they're doing in their own beautiful right. And so we're grateful today. I want to jump real quick and talk about get to Dr. Sandy Sanders about some events happening in the future. Don't forget, guys, the Her Code experience is coming. It's going to be August the 13th through the 16th in Atlanta, Georgia. I will be speaking at Mama Patricia Goodman at Still Standing Conference, May 16th. And then we have Mama Alice. She got her Grace to Rise Women's Brunches. Come get your tickets. You use that QRC code and get that. To Dr. Josephine Harris, she have her event, The Confidence Experience, is coming up May 23rd, and I would be not remiss if I didn't just give some love, sprinkle a little love that way to Michelle, Dr. Michelle Bonner. She got her event coming up. Also, let's go ahead and begin to celebrate these women. Listen, let's celebrate. They're doing some big things, guys. God is so faithful. You know, they're doing some things. I know Rosalie will be back. I'm going to remove her from the stage and we'll bring her back when she show her face. But we're grateful for the women that's on the stage. I want to keep going. I'm excited. I'm going to ask Dr. Sandy Satter her question, and then I got one question that I want to ask each person that's on this panel. So Sandy, you know, what was the questions that you asked the audience who's reading your chapter, and what was the letter that you wrote back to that dear little girl in your chapter?
Oh my goodness. Thank you again, Dr. Nikki, for this amazing opportunity. And I had it. My chapter is called, I was 5 years old and she led me to my healing. I have to say that she had sat pretty much kind of quiet in me. And I have to talk about the 5-year-old little girl in that manner, is because it was her that recognized that I needed to tell what happened. Mm-hmm. She gave a voice to it. Here's what happened. And I'll get to your question, Dr. Nikki. I'm a great aunt and a generation of girls. And I was keeping my great nieces one Saturday afternoon. And I looked at one of the little girls and it all came rushing. It literally came rushing into, wow, that's how small I was. And what am I talking about? I have shared the fact that the Lord delivered me from, I can flat out say it, drugs, alcohol, the whole nine. But this was that one thing that I could not say. And I can say it now. And I was sitting here and I was like, God. And it would take Dr. Nikki and you all to hold my hand. And I'm literally saying, hold that 5-year-old little girl's hand, because she now can tell the world I was literally raped. And whew, I said it. And I talk about that in the chapter, is that now I've said it. And one of the things is that what kept me so silent for so many years by a 13-year-old boy who I was raised as brother, sister, was no blood relation. And the reason why I know the root of keeping me so silent in a lot of areas of my life was because, you ever hear, you better not tell nobody? And that planted a major seed in my life, in my psyche, in my spirit, that you better not tell nobody. And so you hear this from someone who has done something to you, and you can't put words to it. You can't describe it. You just know that it wasn't right. And then all of a sudden, growing up, you seem like you got a big fat sign on your head. Mm-hmm. What makes me so easy? What have I done? What did I do to deserve this? And so you have to read the chapter to really walk through the journey of me sharing of how she led me to my healing. I feel Dr. Nikki has held literally my hand. The weapon room going in, the Herpreneur Network, I'm doing a plug, has held my hand. And now I'm turning 65. 60 years later, she speaks.
Jesus.
She speaks. And so I have let her know is that we're okay, girl. We're okay. We've cried. We've talked about it. We've talked about those uncertain feelings. I've had the conversation, and it may seem discombobulated, Dr. Joe, that I'm having this conversation with the 5-year-old in me. But you again have to get the story. I said yes to this book because I guess it was something that was said, and I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember what was said, Dr. Nikki, in the room. But I said, I gotta say yes. I have to. And obviously, that 5-year-old Sandy, I'm gonna do it as 5-year-old Sandy is healed. She's okay. She knows this is where we are now. You know, we have 4 beautiful grandchildren, and God has kept me, sustained me. He didn't let me die when I was hanging out there. And God knew that I would be sitting here sharing with women that it's okay and you're going to be okay. But you have to let someone help you. You have to shed the tears. You can't be silent. You can't let it roll in. So you have asked me, and I could talk forever. But you asked me, I could. Y'all know I can. I can talk. But I want to go back to the letter. And if you'll allow me, I want to go back to, it's not here. I want to go back to the letter that I wrote her. The main thing that I said, ladies, and my co-authors that are on with us and those that will come, one of the things that I let her know is that you're not bound anymore, Dr.Angela. I had to let her know that. She's not bound with shame anymore. She doesn't have to walk around with shame. And then you'll find out you wasn't the only one that it happened to. When that comes to light, be like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. That happened to you too? They told you it wasn't going to be nothing? You know? So it happened to me too. So come on. All right, we're here together. All right, Dr. Nikki, here you go. My scripture, Isaiah 41:10 says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. I realize and recognize that the Lord been with me the whole entire time. Why? Because we start going back. He knew me before I was even formed in my mother's womb. He knew me then. And we're in a talk about that now. And so that is the thing. He's telling me I don't have to walk in fear anymore. I didn't have to be fearful to come on and share this. And being in the light that I am, that people know who I am, Dr. Nikki, I did have to say, am I ready to say this? And I had to say, yeah, ladies, I was ready. I'm ready to talk about it, because you can't just keep on walking around and not talk about it. But for I am with thee, be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, and truly he has strengthened thee. Yea, I will help thee in the moments I felt weak, ashamed, and alone. This reminded me that I was never without help. My letter to her and to other women, actually, this is my prayer to her, if I may read my prayer. It said, thank you, Lord, for healing me. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you for giving me the strength to walk through my healing journey. Thank you for your everlasting love that found me, kept me, and taught me how to receive what I never knew before. Father, I have come to you through your love for me, and I am grateful that you did not leave me in the broken places, but you met me there and began to make me whole. And now, Lord, I lift up every woman, every sister who is reading this chapter. Wherever she needs healing, meet her there. Wrap her in your love. Restore her heart, and remind her that she is not alone. Let her know your love in a way that heals, your love that restores and renews her from the inside out. And that's portion of my chapter.
Wow. Come on, let's go ahead and put some hearts in the chat for these women just pouring out. There's a pour that's in the space. I don't know if y'all feel it, but there's a pour. I feel like some people have gotten healed just even listening to your stories. I mean, even me, my heart was like, oh my God. I mean, from Dr. House story to Dr. Joe story to Michelle to Rosalie, she's back, to Rosalie's story to Dr. Sandy, Mama Alice, like everyone in here has really poured out. And you could tell, me being the publisher and me reading, I'm like, man, these people are not leaving it. You didn't leave no crumbs behind. Y'all snatched up every crumb. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, when y'all get the book, y'all will understand how I feel. I mean, we literally read every chapter, and just to see how some chapters kind of coincide, like they went through the same similar things. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. You can live on one side of the world and experience another person living on the whole another side of the world went through. And so I feel like, this book is really going to open up so many other women who wants to be free from that dear little girl of the molestation and the rejection and the abandonment and the anger, bitterness, just all the things that they have endured as a little girl. Now it's time for them to be able to tell their own story. And I feel like it's a movement by itself, because imagine so many girls, Michelle, who never had a chance to tell their story. Imagine how many graves you drove past and they died with their story. And God has allowed all of you guys, to be able to tell your truth and to leave empty. This just amazing. I mean, it's just me. This just amazing just to see what God truly has done in the stories of these women. And so I'm honored to be connected. I'm honored to be a part of the journey that God has given you, to be able to tell your truth and be honest in who God has created you to become. Because if y'all think about it, we always, and we'll be forever until we close our eyes and be 6 feet under. I don't care how old you are forever evolving. I want everybody to put it in the chat for those who are on our YouTube channel. I am forever evolving. And once we learn that, understand that, we'll just let life take its course instead of trying to dictate how life's supposed to be. Not just life take its course, but let God lead us in the path that He desires us to be on. And so I'm grateful to be connected to these women that have decided to say yes. I do have a question. What is one thing you endured that changed the way you saw yourself, Dr. House? What was that one thing? That one thing that you endured?
Getting pregnant.
Getting pregnant.
Getting pregnant. That changed everything for me. Everything. Because being in such a small town, everybody had already counted me out. And it wasn't just me. Any woman that went to school, any girl that got pregnant. I remember one of my neighbors, she got pregnant in her junior year in college. And all of that went to nothing because she came home and she was a mother and she never went back. In those little towns like that, they don't encourage you. They just count you out.
Wow. Okay. Dr. Joe, what was that one thing?
The one thing that changed the way I saw myself is feeling emotional replaced. Like my present didn't matter, my place didn't matter, and my place could be given away just that quickly. So I had experienced being planted quiet and belief in me that I wasn't enough. So I devalue myself. I had to prove my worth, and wherever I go. When I first got my and I had addiction, and when I mean addiction, we addiction to anything. I was addicted to education. I was so addicted to education. That was the moment that I grieved. So I got so many degrees, so many certifications, I got so many of that. But thank God, I'm not in any educational debt. But I was so addicted to education, and that's because I wanted people to see me. I wanted people to see me. I didn't want it to be emotional replaced. I wanted to see that my present mattered, that I value myself, that I'm valued in the presence of others. So that's why I'm really big on motivation women. I'm really big on supporting other women. I'm really big on helping them through the imposter within themselves.
All right. Mama Alice, what was that one thing? She there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was trying to unmute myself. The one thing that what was your question again? I'm sorry, Dr. Nikki.
What was that one thing? Let me make sure I go back. Listen, I be missing all my own questions. What was that one thing you endured that changed the way you saw yourself?
The one thing, the rejection. The rejection from people that I really thought that really was there for me, that said they was family members, friends, people that I thought was friends and family members, and also in the church. I experienced rejection in the church as well. That was the one thing. But to tell the truth, to be honest about it, it was that rejection. I believe it had to happen for God to find me where I was. If I wasn't, then He never would have found me. I would have kept on being in those circles, doing those same things, right? And enduring that. But the rejection led me to God. That's the rejection. Because when you have relationships and they fail because somebody is telling you, making you feel like you're unworthy, that you don't fit in, that you're not wanted. And that's rejection, because every relationship that I had counted back, they went ahead and did something else besides being with me. And even the ones that I have my children by, I have 2 daughters. And that was it. It was the feeling of rejection, feeling of not being wanted, feeling of not being validated, feeling of not being loved, feeling of not being seen. All of that comes in rejection. And that was the one thing. But today, you know, when I wrote the letter to the little girl, is that God says, I see you. I've always seen you. You are chosen. You are loved. You are validated. You are chosen. And He fulfills all of the things that I didn't think that I had. And now today I can share it with somebody else. I don't let that part of my life dictate where I'm going or how I help others. And that's helping women heal from rejection. So that was the one thing.
That was amazing. Dr. Sandy Sanders, I want you to answer that question. What was the one thing that you endured that changed the way you saw yourself?
The one thing I endured was that I didn't get true love, and I found it in God, because I didn't know what love looked like. I didn't know what a hug was from a mother, because my mother didn't raise me. My aunt raised me, and my aunt didn't hug me. So what did I endure? I endured not being hugged. I endured not really being loved until I found true love, and God showed it to me. And yeah, I know that's it, Dr. Nikki.
Michelle?
Woo, okay, I don't know. You know what? All of those. Woo, I'm sitting here. I'm just going. My heart is just overwhelmed listening to everybody. And my one thing is that being different is not a weakness. Being different is not a weakness. You know, and I know now that, you know, just thinking about growing up and being a little girl, and I was always different. I never fit in. I never fit in. And so God said, I set you apart. He set us apart. And you don't have to be like anybody else. And you deserve to be who he created you to be. And there was something, oh, I know what it was when Dr. Sandy was talking. You safe in his arms. You are safe. That song came into my spirit when you were talking, Dr. Sandy. You are safe now in his arms. What happened then? But God says, I have you now. And you can now share that and not have any second thoughts about it, because he is walking with you. We're walking with you. You're not by yourself. Safe in his arms. And so being different is a strength. It's not a weakness. So don't ever be afraid just because you're different, or because somebody's laughing at you, or they don't want to include you in their circle, or they click. I've never fit in, but I know that God set me apart. So I don't want to be like anybody else, because I'm unique and wonderfully made in his image. So that's my thing.
Thank you for speaking. Rosalie?
Okay, I'm back. Oh wow, it's all that everybody gonna say. But also for me, like I said, I have to stick with what I didn't know, y'all. And I didn't know today that I would be here. Um, oh wow, that abandonment, because I was told what I couldn't do, being abandoned, not being loved. My mother never hugged me either, never told me that she loved me. And but it just made me a better person to be there for my kids, to let them know I hug them and I let them know that I love them. But wow, it's Dr. Nikki, you got us out here. But like I said, it's just a little everything. Um, like I said, I didn't know all this was gonna happen to me, y'all, but God did. And the good thing about it, He said I'm enough. And the good thing about it, He said, Rosalie, this is not the end. I'm still here. I still got you. So this is just my beginning. I didn't know what I had to do, but I'm glad and I'm thankful what I went through. And I gotta share, this lady was at a speak the other day, speaking, and this lady said, can y'all hear me?
You're in the matrix.
Can you hear me?
You're in the matrix.
Okay, what about now? Am I clear? Am I clear? Can y'all hear me now? Okay,
Yes.
so I just gotta share this quick story. When they said about being rejected and the things you didn't know. But Dr. Nikki, you said something one day in the whipping room, that the way your mother only gave you what she knew. So, and I look back that my mother only gave me what she knew. But I say today, as in, she had 12 children. But one thing y'all didn't do, you didn't find us in a trash can. You didn't find us in the bottom of an ocean. She didn't get rid of us. She gave us what she had and what she could do for us. And it just made me today who I am, a better person, that no matter where I came from, don't give up, because God is not through writing my story. I didn't know, but He did, and He does. And that's all I have.
Wow, this has been awesome, guys. I definitely want to celebrate these women as the other women are coming by. I'm so excited. This is the billboard that we will be showcasing in New York City. Woo! We're so excited about New York. And so I'm excited about the Dear Little Girl and Me takeover. Shout out to our forwarder, Dr. Tammy Milliner Briggs. She is a pastor chaplain in Hawaii. She'll be forwarding the book. She and I are Bama girls, and all of the other ladies you'll be seeing. Goodman, Pfeiffer, Timmons, Rachel. You'll be seeing Dr. Quinn, Chanel, and Coach Ann. They'll be on the show next week. And so we're excited about them. I definitely want to give a shout out to Glory Cosmetic Beauty Collection. Mrs. Chandrika Reed, she has her own lipstick company. It is Christian based. She listen, we're here to glorify God. She got her new lip gloss lipstick liner. So we definitely want to support her. She is one of our sponsors, and we're so grateful to have her tonight on the show. We do have some other sponsors, and we're grateful for the ones that's showing up. Don't forget, this is the first new episode that we have with the Convo Christian Talk Show, and we're delighted just to be connected. We're delighted to see what God is doing in the space, and we just have a posture of praise on our lips because we're thanking God for this day. We're thanking God for what He has truly done. Now, I wouldn't be remiss. Now, y'all know y'all come on the Convo. We got to do our game now. Can't do the game. So get ready for this game. It's called the This and That game. And so we need everybody to participate in the game, even the ones that's watching on our YouTube channel. And so it's a very simple game. It's either this or it's that. It's either this or it's that. The key to the game, here's the key. You guys got to go on your phone YouTube channel. And you're going to go to the YouTube channel. I don't know if Tequila put it in the chat, but let me see if I put it on the chat. For those who are on YouTube chat, I'm here. I am here. But for those who are not, let's run to that YouTube channel, and you're going to answer the question of the This and That game on the YouTube channel. So I'm going to give you a moment to go ahead and do that. And once you do it, for those who are actually on, just say, hey, I'm here, Dr. Nikki. Let me know that you are already in there waiting to play the game. And this game not for just the people that's in the room. This game is for everybody. How to say la-di-da-di and everybody. It is for la-di-da-di and everybody. And so we're grateful for the This and That game. I do it everywhere I go. I try to make sure every time we have a show, we're talking about this and we're talking about that. And so we're grateful for the game. While they're going on the game, I do want to go ahead and make the announcement. I have a brand new card game called It's All Kingdom. It's a leadership conversational game, and it's over 350 cards to the game. And it's all about women and men in business and ministry. I have different categories, and we even got the wild cards. So I can't wait for y'all to get a copy of that game. And it's also, I definitely want to give a shout out to the I Speak Her tote bags. It's your everyday bag. And we're grateful for the I Speak Her tote bags. And we also want to make the announcement for those who are watching that we have a new anthology that's coming out called There Is Power When Women Pray. We are looking for those who want to help us write this book. This book comes out in August at the Her Code Experience. There is power when women pray. If you're interested in being a part of that anthology, put in the chat, I'm interested. If you're already a part of it, put in the chat, I'm already in there. And so we're looking for people to help us write that anthology. We cannot wait for that book to come out. It's very simple. You're just going to write nothing but a prayer, one prayer to become an Amazon bestseller. And so we're grateful to be a part. Are y'all ready for the This and That game? Are y'all ready? Y'all know I'm a little extra. And so it's going to be a fun game. Listen, get into it. So the first question I have is, are you a heels or a sneaker girl? Are you a heels sneaker? You'll just put it in the chat what it is. Do you like coffee or do you like tea? Okay, let's go ahead and chat it up. Are you a purple girl? Are you a pink girl? Are you a red girl? Are you a blue girl? Or are you an orange girl? Let's go ahead and put it in the chat. Are you a journaling girl, or are you a prayer girl? It gotta be this or that. You cannot put both. You cannot put both. Are you a journaling girl or are you a praying girl? Are you a early bird or are you a night owl? Come on. Come on, put it in the chat. Come on. And for those who can talk, y'all can put your mic to talk to me. I would love to hear what my interview people are saying. Come on, talk back to me. Are you a phone call girl or are you a text girl? Which one, Michelle? What you are?
Phone call.
Text.
Text.
Phone.
Are you a city girl or are you a beach girl? City or beach?
Beach.
Me too, I'm a beach girl. Do you like sweet or do you like salty?
Both.
No. Do you like
Sweets.
or do you like salty?
Salty. Salty.
Nah, I'm gonna say sweet.
Do you like sweets?
Salty. Salty.
Salty. Nah, I'm gonna say sweet.
Do you like sweets?
Salty.
Oh, y'all on your phone. Okay, y'all on your phone. Okay, y'all can mute your phones. Okay, are you a lip gloss girl or are you a lipstick girl?
Lip gloss.
Okay, awesome.
Lipsticks.
Are you a church hat girl or a cute blazer girl?
Church hat.
Cute blazer.
Cute blazer.
Hat.
Are you a planner or are you a note apps?
I'm a
A
planner.
what?
Planner? Do you have a planner or do you have the note apps?
Planner.
Oh, no app.
Yeah.
Planner.
Yep.
Okay. Are you a solo time or are you a girls trip girl?
Girls trip girl.
I can do both. It all depends on how I feel.
You're not both. It's this or that.
I'll say girls trip.
Girls trip.
Okay. Do
Girls.
you like books or do you like podcasting?
I didn't hear you.
Do you like books or do you like podcasting?
Podcast.
Books.
Okay. Shopping or spa day?
Shopping.
Oh,
Spotting.
shopping.
Shopping.
I like them both. Shopping.
Music on or silent? Music on or
Music
silent?
on.
On.
Music.
I can
Cook
do
at
silent.
home or eat out?
Eat out.
Cook at home.
Look at home.
Cook at home.
Dress up or comfy clothes?
Dress up.
Dress up.
That's up.
Vision board or prayer board?
Prayer board.
I was about to say, prayer boy.
Gold or silver?
Silver.
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 White gold.
Laughing hard.
That is not an option.
Laughing hard or crying out?
Laughing hard.
Laughing hard.
Okay. Peace or closure?
Peace.
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 Therapy or journaling?
Therapy.
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 Protecting your peace or proving your point?
Protecting my
Taking
peace.
my peace.
Boundaries or burnout?
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Rest or hustle?
Rest.
Yes.
I'm a hustler.
Forgiveness. Here it is. Forgiveness or distance?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
She looking at somebody side eye.
She looking at me. She looking at me. It's gonna be distance. You already know that. I'll eventually forgive, but it's gonna be distance in the beginning.
Pray first or vent first?
I'm a vent first.
I like to vent first.
Vent.
Vent.
Be honest, probably vent.
What? Say it again.
Confront it or avoid it?
Confront it.
Confront it.
Avoid it.
Fasting or worship?
Worship.
Worship.
Fasting.
Fasting.
Worship.
Bible study or worship night?
Oh, Bible
Bible
study.
study.
Bible study.
Okay. Flowers or a handwritten note?
A handwritten
A
note.
handwritten note.
Handwritten
A
note.
handwritten note.
Flowers.
Flowers fade.
Road trip or flight?
My man don't write no notes.
Road trip.
Oh, road trip.
Right.
Breakfast date or dinner date?
What's
Dinner.
the first one?
Breakfast.
Breakfast date or dinner date?
Breakfast date.
Oh,
Say,
breakfast.
Breakfast date.
I like to dress up. So I got to dinner
I'm gonna
date.
say dinner.
I like dressing up. Okay.
Dinner.
Matching sets or oversized tees?
Matching.
Matching.
Y'all understand. Bonnet and robe or full glam at night?
Full glam.
Damn.
We're gonna see when we get on this New York trip.
Panel or beyond the panel?
Say what?
Say that again.
Host a panel or beyond the panel?
Host.
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 Coasting.
Okay. Speak the truth or write the truth?
Speak the truth.
Speak it.
Cry first or laugh first?
Laugh first.
Laugh first.
Laugh.
Okay. Ice cream or cookie?
Ice cream.
Ice cream
Ice
and
cream.
cookies.
What other? Get the cookies and cream and you got both.
Black walnut all
Cookies
day.
Cookies and cream, you got both.
It don't taste the same. I gotta put my Oreos in there.
Okay. Full face or big shades?
Full face.
Face on
Full
what?
face.
Full
You
face.
know how it is when we ain't got time to get our makeup done. We put the shades on. You can't really see if you got no lashes on in there.
Full face.
Y'all ain't did that before, man. I put the shades on, and I be so
Yes,
cute.
ma'am.
Especially if I had no lashes. I ain't went to beauty spots, so I got no lashes. I put the big old shades on, cut my whole eyes up, and I still be looking fabulous.
Yes,
So that's
ma'am.
why I say, okay, a full face or big shades. Which one?
Full
Full
face.
face.
Full face.
I'm fabulous no matter what.
DoorDash
Yes,
or
you're
leftovers?
fabulous.
DoorDash or leftovers?
Oh,
DoorDash.
Leftovers. That's what I got.
Sneaker with dress or heels with pain?
Say it
Heels
again.
with pants.
Sneaker with a dress or heels with pain?
Sneakers.
Heels with pants.
Heels with pants.
Okay, let's be honest. A sermon long or a short service?
Short
Short
service.
service.
Short service.
Short service.
Make it quick.
Get it and quit it.
Lord
That
deliver short
doesn't
of all.
include the praise and worship, right?
That's a short service.
Praise and worship is over.
Yeah.
The Lord delivers in time. It didn't matter how.
The delivering was in the song. We don't praise and worship.
Y'all don't get out of my church, baby. We be on the floor, huh? We don't be rushing. I take my shoes off the church. I be ready to be in there. Okay.
Oh, we
here it
don't
is.
rush.
Hair done or nails done?
Nails.
Hair.
Nails.
Hair done.
Hair done.
Hair done.
Hair done.
Hair done.
Hair done.
I got the hair, my hair done.
Yeah.
I just put it on. I don't need it done.
Text back fast or think about it for 3 days.
You fade it out.
Text back fast or think about it for 3 days.
I think about it for 3 days.
I think about it for 3 days.
I'm gonna text immediately.
Sometimes I don't get back.
I'm sorry, Rosalie.
I can't sleep. I gotta get it out of my mind. So I ain't be no good for nobody.
That's okay. I pray for sleep.
You're gonna get told today. The very hour. I'm not holding it back. A kitchen clean or house clean?
Kitchen clean on what?
Kitchen clean or house clean?
House clean.
House clean.
House clean.
That includes the kitchen.
That includes. Yeah.
Kitchen.
That includes the kitchen. The house clean.
One expensive purse or 10 inexpensive purses?
10.
One.
And we ain't say, and she ain't say inexpensive neither.
Exactly. I don't want purses expensive.
10.
You know I'm not a name brand woman. I just needed the match.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I just needed the match. The name doesn't make me. I make the purse.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Vacation packed early or packing in the parking lot?
Oh Lord.
Vacation packed early. Early.
Packing early.
Early.
The house say.
She the parking lot packer. She the parking lot packer.
I pack just before I get to the parking lot. Okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, you pack right in the parking lot. In the parking lot.
Okay.
I changed my mind to because I can't park it. I can't pack in advance. Y'all fuss at me when I pack in advance. Y'all say I take too much.
She takes
Too much.
You pack yet? No, I
Well, look, but when I pack too much, somebody asks me for something and I have it.
No worries, she packed for everybody. She packed for everybody. Everybody can get a slip, can get some stockings. I can get a bra if you wear her size.
We close inside, so if I forgot anything, I come to you, Dr. House. We close inside.
I'm not gonna do this on the side. I'm not gonna do it.
They trying to say you got a department store. You pack in a department store. That's what they saying.
That's all right. They usually come to the department store and say, "Do you have?"
And you can say, "Cha-ching."
And the one time I packed live, they asked me for something. They said, "You ain't getting nothing extra." So.
Oh my God. My stomach hurts so bad. The last one. Keep it holy or keep it honest.
Honest.
Keep it honest.
Honest.
Okay. Well, that's all, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed y'all tonight. Thank you for stopping through and hanging out with your girl. Listen, we're back. The show is back. Can't wait for you guys to join us on another podcast next week. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central, I'll be here at the Convo Christian Talk Show. I got some guests going to come in and hang out. I got co-guests coming in. I'll be announcing those people in a couple of weeks. But we're grateful for the Convo Christian Talk Show. Once again, we just signed a major contract with our own channel on Roku and on Amazon Fire. And so that hit 350 million households. We are looking for those who are ready to have their own show on our network. We'll be happy to have you guys. As soon as this is over, you're able to go right on over to Roku and watch it live again with the Convo Christian Talk Show with Dr. Nikki Zeigler. Hey guys, we got a whole year plan of nothing but major events, from the Essence Festival to Women Evolve. We're going to be all over the world interviewing so many amazing people this year. So keep our network in prayer. Once again, if you're interested in being a part of this network, put in the chat, I'm ready. And I'll get Dr. Sandy or Takima to reach out to you and get you on our calendar to get you in our network. We're so grateful. Let's still answer questions. Wendy's still doing her question. She said heels with pants, leather, keep it honest, full face, honest, ice cream. They're going in on these questions. Pack early. Mama Leah said pack in the parking lot. This is how we do. Grateful. Mama said she pack in the parking lot.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Oh my God. So we're grateful, guys. Let's go ahead and like, tag, and share this show. Until next time, we'll see you here. Listen, the same place, same station. Excited to be here. This God's gonna do with the place. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye. Take care.
Oh, good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Take us out together.